Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is very much cliff dwelling right now. It's on the edge of a cliff, okay? And it has been for a while, but specifically yesterday. I mean, yesterday we look at the hourly chart, we formed a support line, an uptrending support line. We dropped below it. We came down again, testing the critical support region, again testing the box that we really need to be holding between 56 and 57K. If we lose that support box, we lose the more important structures on the weekly chart. And if we lose the important structure on the weekly chart RSI, it's pretty much a wrap for Bitcoin. I mean, it's very likely to be a wrap for Bitcoin. It's not, maybe not certainly, but it's very, very likely that Bitcoin will be in a very, very bad position at that point. It would need a miracle at that point to save it from dropping downwards further. So not really good to see what happened yesterday. Very, very nail-biting price action occurring over there. We'll look into, what the situation is today. We'll look into quickly the DXY, S&P 500, Ethereum, and we'll dive into the Bitcoin charts a bit more. Before we get into any of that, guys, I've got a community poll right now. Go to my YouTube page, go to community tab, and you'll see this poll right here. Ask me a question about the market. Basically, any question you want, anything about Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever it may be, just drop a question down there. And in tomorrow's video, I'll go ahead and answer your questions. That's what tomorrow's video is going to be about, provided we don't see any more developments. We also had an actual poll right here, and we had basically, will Bitcoin be seeing a bear market here, or is Bitcoin seeing a bull market correction? 74% of you are still bullish here. 74% of people are macro bullish. I think that's right. I think that's correct. I think it's justifiable. I don't think we're in a bear market yet. I think that we haven't seen confirmation of it. For us to see confirmation of a bear market, and this is where we can get into the video itself, in my view, we need to be breaking below the entire macro structure itself, which right now is a descending channel formation. If we break that channel, we can pretty confidently say it's a bear market. Although at that point, it won't be a conventional bear market, because the only conventional bear market we've ever seen has been within the bounds of the 4-year cycle. And if we did actually top back here in March, that would not be a 4-year cycle top, right? That would be an early top, much earlier than expected, about 18 months earlier than expected. And so we'd be seeing an irregular bear market of some sort, but it would be a bear market nevertheless, right? So I think this, at this point in time, is a bull market correction. I don't think there's any reason to believe otherwise at this point, although we are on the edge here. We're teetering, and we have to really see a swing to the upside quite soon. This is where we can get into the content here. The weekly chart RSI is so important right now. It is literally the most important thing, right? In my view, the weekly chart RSI will front run whatever decision Bitcoin makes, right? So we have a weekly chart RSI line in yellow, support line stemming backwards from 2018 December, support over here in March 2020, support over here in January 2022, resistance here, support here. Right, very important line, very clearly acting as major bottoming out and topping out zones throughout Bitcoin's price history. We have alternative resistance lines, right? Resistance lines that are formed with that support line in conjunction with the support line, such as the resistance right here, okay? Breaking that resistance line led to the bull market. You can draw it in a slightly different way. You can actually make it an angle such like this, in which case breaking it, again, led to the bull market from the COVID drop. You can draw a resistance line that comes again to that support line like this, and you can see that it acted as a conjoint resistance zone. Once we finally broke it, we entered a bull market. We saw the bear market bottom. You can draw another strong resistance line on the weekly chart RSI right here. You can see once we broke it, we entered the leg upwards that led to all-time highs. These RSI resistance lines are very, very definitive. They don't fake out often at all. If you break them, you go upwards, right? And we have another RSI resistance line in conjunction with that RSI support line right here, right now, and it's coming to an apex in the middle of September, meaning before the middle of September, sometime in the next 2 weeks, right? Maybe even the next week, we will be seeing a definitive breakout of this RSI structure, whether it be to the upside or to the downside. This is why I'm saying we're in such a critical position right now, because on the wick yesterday, literally just yesterday, when Bitcoin came downwards and tested this critical support zone in green, which lines up with the weekly chart RSI support zone. If we lose this green support zone, we will go down long enough to lose the RSI line as well. Yesterday, I was watching the price chart and I saw on this weekly candle, this weekly chart RSI, the RSI go down to that support zone and bounce off of it. You can't see it because it didn't see a close, but it happened on an intercandle wick. We literally tested the lifeline that needs to hold in order for Bitcoin to maintain macro security, right? We tested it yesterday. So when I say we're on the edge of a cliff, I mean it. We need to be seeing a swing to the upside and break here. And if we are going to be seeing it, it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks, likely within the next week. So it just gives you an idea of how critical the position is right now. While everyone's falling asleep, they're bored about the market. Oh, Bitcoin's so boring. All of the massive stuff is happening right in front of their eyes and they're just not seeing it. We have a weekly candle close in literally 1 day and 15 hours, less than 48 hours from now, we have a weekly candle close. That could be the close that determines whether Bitcoin's going to break this channel to the upside or break it to the downside. Now, obviously, guys, just to clarify, if we break this RSI triangle, that is a very good sign, right? Whether it be to the downside or the upside, right? If we break up, it's a very good sign for the bulls. If we break down, it's a very good sign for the bears, but it's not complete confirmation. Complete confirmation always comes from the price chart. But given the historical accuracy of RSI resistance lines, it is going to be a very good indicator. So that's what I'm watching right now. Everyone needs to be paying attention to that weekly chart RSI. And the fact that we tested it yesterday is quite concerning. It's very concerning. And right now I look at traditional markets and I see a number of potential threats forming here. I see the DXY, which is a chart that's reverse correlated to Bitcoin. If we bring up the Bitcoin chart, let's just do it right now. I'll show you. Here's the Bitcoin chart overlaid to the DXY. If you bring up the DXY, you can see every time the DXY is in a bear market, Bitcoin's in a bull market. Every time the DXY is in a bull market, Bitcoin's in a bear market, right? Over and over again, this occurs. And right now we have the DXY finding major support stemming backwards from 2015. If it holds that support zone, if it bounces here, Bitcoin will go downwards, right? So it's not just Bitcoin, it's not just cryptocurrency here, it's traditional markets we need to be watching. If the DXY comes down and breaks that support zone, that's great news. It means that Bitcoin is in the clear and it means the macro economy is allowing Bitcoin to run to the upside. Unfortunately, we're not going to get much traditional market certainty until we see how aggressively the Federal Reserve wants to cut interest rates, right? If the Federal Reserve comes out in 18 days, which is when the next FOMC meeting is, and says we're going to cut interest rates aggressively and see a 50 basis point cut, that's going to be much more bullish for the markets because that means the cost of debt's going to go down and basically businesses, assets going to boom, right? Printing's going to come out, assets going to boom to the upside. If they cut 25 basis points, it might be indicative of the Federal Reserve wanting some sort of controlled demolition, right? There's no reason for them to cut that slowly, given what we've seen on the bond yield so far. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Right, the bond yields have already been front-running a downside. They've been moving to the downside, I should say, since July. That's when they broke down from its structure. But they peaked out way back here in October last year, right? Bond yields have been begging for interest rate cuts for quite some time now. And at the last FOMC meeting, when bond yields were all the way down here, 30% down from the highs, the Federal Reserve refused to cut at all. So it is a bad sign. It does indicate maybe they do want to be seeing some sort of controlled demolition. Maybe they do want to be dragging markets down just a little bit here. Before printing or before seeing quantitative easing. Maybe we will see a recession of some sort. The fact of the matter is, I'm saying maybe, because we don't know. No one knows at this point. So a lot of the uncertainty on Bitcoin is stemming from uncertainty in traditional markets. And Bitcoin right now can clear this up for itself. It can make a move out of this triangle formation to the upside, and that will give it a lot more certainty because all the charts are linked together, right? It doesn't just happen randomly. If Bitcoin does that, it will be because, right, or it will allow us to be more confident in what the S&P 500 traditional markets will do as well. Especially if it follows through with a break of the macro structure and the price chart as well. So very important you're looking at that weekly chart RSI. It's not the be-all, end-all, right? As I said, the price chart is always the be-all, end-all, but it's going to be very indicative of a shift in probabilities here. Very important to look at that chart. The fact that we tested it yesterday is eyebrow raising. And during that retest, I'm not going to lie, I was tempted to make a video, but it was 4 a.m. So, I'm not going to do that. But we'll keep an eye on that. And guys, I'll update you on the situation tomorrow if it progresses any further, of course. If not, I will just look at those questions. I've got that community poll there. As I said, go drop a question there. Let's get into some advertisements and we'll end off the video, guys. We've got the VIP sale right now. End of month sale on the VIP group, cutting the price down from $325 US to $270 US, a 55 USD discount. If you're interested in VIP, which is altcoin trading signals 4 times a week, which is a group chat with 115 other members, you can discuss the market in there 24/7. You can get that membership now. It's on sale for another 36 hours, so you're running out of time. Go ahead and do that. Then we've got our exchanges. The Bitunix and the BingX exchanges, both are global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world, right? With my referral link down below, you will get a 15% trading fee discount for life exclusively with my referral link. They've never been hacked before. Very low trading fees, even lower trading fees with my referral link. Check them out. And finally, the last thing I'll mention is the Become a Trader 10-unit course, which is on sale right now. If you want to learn how to trade, that's where you can do it. 10 units of pure information, pure insights, given in video format, text format, worksheets, everything you want, diagrams, it's all there. You can check that out on the website down below if you're interested in learning how to trade. That's where you can become a trader as per the title. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.